Hi, okay, in this section of the course, what we're going to cover is how to actually find a deal, right? So there's two main ways. One is publicly available deals, and we'll cover where to look for those as well. And then, of course, there's off-market deals, sellers that never even thought about selling, that you approach, you make an offer to, and you can close on the deal. Just because they don't have a for sale sign on it doesn't mean they won't take money for their property. If you approach them, if you talk to them, they may be willing to sell to you. Or there may be a life event for them, which means that suddenly they do want to sell, they haven't yet spoken to a broker, and you've showed up at the perfect time. And that's why building long-term relationships for Patriot has worked extremely well, because we've been calling some of the same sellers for 10 years. So they say nope, 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 but this year they're ready to sell. And the first person on their mind is the company that's been calling them over and over and built that relationship. They feel some trust there. They feel that they can at least show the asset to them first, and they might not go public with it as well. Okay, so when choosing, trying to find a self-storage facility, you already want to kind of narrow down your criteria, which we covered in a separate part of this course, and the markets that you want to buy in. Then you can approach brokers and sellers that are online through Google searches. You can find them, or through some of the main websites, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And as we said before, you can also look for off-market deals in the markets that you're interested in too. We like to take a top-down approach. If we find a good market, for example, there's an online facility for sale online, we do some research on it, the market's good, maybe that facility isn't for us, but there could be 8 or 10 other facilities in the same town, so we can reach out to all of those facilities because we know that it's a good market overall. Just the one that's being presented for sale isn't great. Let's look at other deals, let's contact other sellers and see what we can get to. So first things first, before you reach out to brokers, you want to have those criteria set in stone as to what you're looking for in terms of the size of the facility, the type of facility, the kind of price range that you want. You want to have a think about all of these things first before you ever commit. And as we said before, you're really looking for facilities that are 30, 40, 50,000 square feet plus, ideally 40, 50,000 plus if it has no expansion land. You can go down to 20 if it has expansion land and allows you to bring it up to over 50 in the future. So that's really your kind of facility criteria. Then there's the age, of course. The price is really going to depend on the market rents that the facility is located in, how well it's been run operationally, the NOI. But you do want to have a rough idea as to how much you can potentially invest, so that you are looking, something reasonable in your filtering. The more you can filter up front, then it's going to save you time, because you can go through all of those deals much faster. If your criteria is, I want a self-storage facility, how are you going to look at all 50,000 that exist in the country? It's impossible, right? But if your criteria is very, very specific, this market, this size, this rent, this population, then you might have narrowed it down to a list of 800 possible deals. And then the stricter you get on your criteria, you're laser focused in on what you're looking for. And on or off market, then you can really hone in. You can really go through, yes, this is what we're looking for, no, it's not. You're saving time and you're getting to a good deal much faster that way by having a limited criteria. So one thing you can do is build a list of brokers. So if you're looking at a particular state, or you're looking at 2 or 3 hours drive from where you live for facilities, why not go online, see what's already listed for sale? 1, you can evaluate those deals, but 2, you can look at which brokers are selling these existing properties, and then get those brokers' emails and information, and then reach out to them or call them to talk about what you're looking to purchase and build a relationship with the broker. At first, everyone says, I want a self-storage facility, but if they see that you act on your word, that you really are serious, that you then close on the deal, they'll bring other deals to you later. You become a priority customer for them. So it's great to build a relationship with someone that can bring you deals in the future as well. And you've got to treat them very professionally. You've got to be very clear about what you want and really understand, and don't waste anyone's time with lots of questions that maybe you could have answered by doing a little bit of research of your own first, then go to the broker, because most of these guys are extremely busy. They'll be happy to answer a very specific question on a property, but very general questions, it's a bit of a time waste for them. Try to answer those yourself first and then dive in. So brokers is one great way. So you can call individual brokers who have existing properties online for sale, or you can reach out to companies that have self-storage departments and ask for facilities available in the areas that you're looking for and for them to send those to you too. So there's really two main options there. Online. Okay, so one of the biggest ones is of course LoopNet for commercial property, and I believe there's several hundred self-storage facilities for sale on LoopNet at any one time. So there's a lot there, which is why narrowing down your buy criteria is extremely important, because it helps you filter and look at only those deals that could potentially be a great deal for you. So LoopNet is great. What you want to do is just sign up for a free account and then set up some alerts to maybe a deals@mywebsite.com email, and then you're basically getting any new deal that's coming through, and you can analyze that, and you want to do a quick check. You want to do a quick sense check. Is it big enough? Are the market rents good? Is it in a decent area? Is the price looking reasonable? Because some sellers do have unreasonable pricing for their self-storage facility as well. So LoopNet is a great one. There's Crexy, which is another similar site with commercial deals for sale. These two are the two main ones for self-storage, but of course, if you do a Google search for self-storage for sale, other locations will come up. Maybe you find brokers that have specific facilities for sale. There are specialist websites about storage and storage investing. They may have a few facilities for sale as well. And there's also self-storage tools that can help you to find facilities for sale. For example, Radius Plus, even though it's reporting on the demographic and competition data, you can then see all the other facilities available within the region as well, and that's another great way to find it. So really the 80-20, like the biggest impact will be to join up to the main commercial real estate websites and make sure you're getting those alerts. And then you also have the brokers, as we spoke about before. When you're looking on LoopNet, when you're looking on Crexy, make a note of who the broker is, their name and email, reach out to them and say, any new deal, please send to me, and also go through the deals that they have already. Just as a practice of reviewing deals, it doesn't hurt you to go through 10 or 15 deals online and really analyze them, whether you're going to buy them or not, just to understand the storage industry better. Because you learn by, like this course, you can learn from this course, of course, but you're going to learn a lot more if you actually start to review deals as if you're going to buy them. Even if you don't have the capital ready, even if you're not sure what you're going to buy yet, just going through 10, 15 deals is going to teach you a lot about what is good and what is bad, because you're starting to get familiar with the terms. You're starting to get familiar with the numbers. And if you model those deals out, you can see the different return profiles of the different deals. It's like a quick feedback loop. Reviewing deals teaches you how to find deals even faster, how to find better deals faster. So it's extremely recommended even as a practice, to get really good at knowing what is a good deal and what's a bad deal. Other partners, other ways you can find deals potentially. So you've got local real estate meetups and groups. There's online groups for real estate. There's networking groups for real estate. You can go to those groups and maybe someone there owns a self-storage facility and they're looking to sell, or they have a friend who has one and they're looking to sell, or they know someone who can introduce you who knows a good broker. The more you network, your network is your net worth, they say, but it's really the value there is that you're getting exposed to people and opportunities that you may not have. If you go to a real estate networking group, then you can leverage all of these new friends that you've made to find good brokers, good financing, good deals, good managers, good operations. You can talk to people about which software they use for storage. You might be competing to buy storage, but you can share and help each other along, saying, I tried this software, it was terrible, because the more you network, then the more that chance happens, the more there is that you can potentially get back as a result. But also, specifically when looking for deals, going to these networking events, you're more likely to come across some of these deals that maybe aren't public. They're slightly off market in a way. The others, of course, lawyers or tax advisors or local banks that deal in storage or real estate. They may be great contacts to find deals. So although I'm not saying go out and make friends with every single lawyer out there, maybe you do a quick Google search of the area that you're looking in, and there could be a commercial real estate lawyer in the area, and it doesn't hurt you to have a coffee with them and say, look, in the future I'm going to be looking to transact in this area. Can you send me any opportunities that you come across that may be of interest? And likewise, I can refer people to you, or I may use you for the transaction to do all of the paperwork, for example. And really though, here, the networking groups is probably going to be your biggest return on investment, simply by being part of a networking group, being part of, seeing people who are doing storage every day. You're going to absorb and learn so much from the trenches, from the front line. Finish this course fully, get around it, but then go out there and start actually looking at deals, talking to people, whether you're ready to buy or not. Your learning curve is going to be exponential that way, and you'll get very, very good very, very quickly. The other main way to find deals is, of course, off market. So let's say there's on LoopNet, there's a property for sale. It's 20,000 square feet. There's no expansion land. You do some research. Wow, the rents here are fantastic and the competition's low. There may be many other properties in that town not listed publicly for sale, but there's nothing stopping you, if it's nearby, to go and visit there, try to get the owner's contact, or get the owner's contact online, and then reaching out and saying, would you consider an offer for your facility, and making an offer. And basically, that's some of the best ways to find great deals. Is one, going to other owners in an existing good market is a great way. The other is simply to blanket different markets of facilities that are around your target size and zone and price, and see if you can get hold of the owners and speak to them whether they'd be willing to sell, and then do the market research as well. So you can search, you can drive around your target areas that you're looking to buy. You can use some of the online tools like Radius Plus to see all of the other facilities in an area as well. You can search Google for the city to see other self-storage available. But what's amazing is, a lot of businesses still aren't registered on Google, don't have Google My Business, don't show up in the search results. So it is better to try to pull the information from many places. Let's say you choose town A as your target. You want to build a list of the 20 or 30 storage facilities that are there, try to gather the information on them, and then reach out. And you can use different services. You can use voicemails that are delivered automatically. Hey, I'm calling from XYZ company. We're a self-storage investor, and we're interested in purchasing your property. I was wondering if we can speak, and maybe you'll be interested in hearing what we value your property at, and would love to make you an offer. You can leave voicemail messages direct to people without having to speak. You can send SMS or a text message. You can auto deliver SMS or text message to people, and basically, again, keep it brief, keep it to the point. Are you interested in selling your facility or receiving an offer, and take it from there. Let them get back in contact with you if you are. The other is, of course, you can cold call. We strongly recommend this. Of all the strategies, speaking to someone on the phone is the best thing. They can hear your voice, you can talk through, you can gather information. They're not just getting a random email or a random text or a random voicemail to their message. You can actually interact with them. The other thing you can do is, of course, direct mail to different owners to see if they'd be willing to entertain an offer as well. So none of these one strategies alone will get you lots and lots of deals, except maybe the cold calling, of course, because you're actually trying to reach out to the person directly. But by employing all of these strategies, when that person's ready to sell, you're the first person that they come to. You're the first person that they're willing to kind of entertain an offer from as well. And the beautiful thing about off-market deals is no brokers come in there to juice up the numbers or the price. It's between you and the seller. There may be a lot of operational inefficiencies. There may be a lot of upside on the rents or expansion. You're basically looking at a deal that no one else is looking at. So you don't have to fight off competition, and the price hasn't been inflated as some of the prices may be online, because people are expecting to negotiate. So the brokers come in, help them juice the P&L to look a little bit better, and therefore getting a higher price. So highly recommended is to develop an off-market strategy. And that's why, if you're looking for a property in a 2-hour radius of where you already live, you can drive around, and every time you see a facility, you can go check it out. And if it's in your criteria, reach out to the owner and find out if they'll be willing to take an offer. But by having your target market as somewhere where you're actively driving around, looking and visiting facilities, you're much more likely to find a great deal sooner, because you know the market, you're familiar with it, and you can go and visit the unit very, very easily too.
For more information on commercial real estate investing, go to patriotholdings.com. Thanks for listening.